Hello and a very good morning to you. It's Tuesday, gang. Tuesday the 15th of September 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire, and also broadcasting, possibly for the first time today, to people in Eastbourne. Good morning, John Aiken. How lovely to see you in Eastbourne, dear. I thought only old people and Oh, hang on a minute, you are now. Don't people just go to Eastbourne to die? No, I don't mean that in a bad way, you know, not anyone who's ill or anything, but they kind of retire to Eastbourne, don't they, eh? How's your diet, John? Is your diet all right at the moment? Because you can now test it by giving a little bit of wee away, darling. Have you ever done that in a doctor's, anyone? Had to provide a little bit of wee, or even worse than that, I know someone on the show who will remain nameless. My lips are... They're sealed. I can't possibly tell you their names, not even if he was to beg me and beg me. They didn't have to give a wee sample the other day. They had to give a poo-poo sample. How'd you do that? How on earth do you do that? Because presumably it's not a very large receptacle. I like that word, don't you? Receptacle. For the deposit. I mean, it's probably... Is it like a little bottle like they do for the wee samples? And that's, for a man, that's relatively easy. I would imagine it's a little bit more difficult for the ladies. You know, you're kind of trying to do your... Oh, it's gone all over my hand. Oh, dear. You know... And then you forget to wash your hand and eat a cheese and onion sandwich or something like that, wouldn't you? Huh? But how is your diet, boys and girls? Because in the Daily Mirror this morning, how would you like to check that your diet is healthy and a good fit with your metabolism? And we're not talking about sort of people that lie about being on some diet when the other half's not looking and they suddenly grab a bag of crisps, you know, or a little chocolate bar, or possibly a little sausage roll or something like that. We're talking that people that don't quite know whether or not they're doing the right diet. And there's a lot of people that lie to themselves, isn't there? Eh? Reminds me of when I used to go to the Slimming World. I used to enjoy going to Slimming World. A couple of years ago now it was. Managed to lose 2 stone in 6 months. Relatively easy, actually. Wasn't too bad at all. And you'd go in there, and at the beginning of a Slimming World evening, or session, I used to go in the mornings, you'd have the weigh-in. And there'd be this queue of people waiting for the scales, because we all use the same scales every week. That was the thing to do, apparently. And there they'd be skewing up there, and now and again you'd hear a little scream of excitement where they realised that they'd lost a little bit of weight. Some people, pounds of weight in 1 week. Generally, when you start these things, you lose an awful lot of weight in the first week. And then there'd be people on there that, and then occasionally you would see tears. Not from me, because I'm a real man, boys and girls. I don't cry. I don't cry. A real man, you know. Nothing upsets me. Something upsets me, I'll walk away, or I ignore. Just ignore it. And there'd be little tears of, oh, I can't believe it. How can I have put on £1 pound? Or how can I have put on £4? I can't believe it. The only thing I had extra this week was a quarter of a sausage roll at Johnny's wedding that I went to last week. No, you didn't, you fat lying cow. How can you have put on £4 from a quarter of a sausage roll? No, you haven't, my love. And what about the couple of crisps that you had? Or was it the cake on Wednesday? Oh, you're still putting sugar in your tea, are you? Pfft, quarter of a sausage roll. Do me a favour. You're just lying to yourselves. But how about getting that right down to knowing exactly what you're eating wrong? In the Daily Mirror this morning, how would you like to check your diet is healthy and a good fit with your metabolism? Imperial College London scientists, in collaboration with 2 other universities, have come up with a 5-minute test now that can give you the answers. I mean, maybe you'll even be able to get this quicker than a coronavirus test. How do you get one of those? Is it a lottery? Perhaps Boris is in his office. Right, okay, let's do the lottery now for this week's COVID-19 tests. John Aitken, Mick Davenport, Peter Wright, Maureen. Yes, that's right, okay, there we go. COVID-19 test, okay. How many have we got today, Pretty? She was on the telly this morning. Pretty Patel, did you see her? I like her. You don't muck around with her, mate. Dan Walker was trying to get one over on her. Nope, no chance whatsoever, mate. You lost. Pretty Patel, she needs to be Prime Minister one day. I think she's fantastic. Pretty Patel. There they... Oh, the Labour lot, they don't know what they're doing now, do they? Oh, how do we scream racism anymore? They've got Pretty Patel as... unlucky, mate. Right, hang on a minute. Let's just see her. And, okay, we've only got the one COVID-19 test available today, which is going to go to Weird City Citizen at ticket number 129. I think that's how they... Where did that go? There it is. I think that's how they do the COVID-19 tests. Everyone, you wouldn't know, but everyone gets given a raffle or maybe the government are quite modern with this, and they've got some sort of machine, like a little bit like the national premium bonds machine. That's a machine, isn't it? And all your numbers in there, and the little old man comes along. And, let's see who's won this week, and pushes a little button, and a list of number comes out, and you might have written 50 quid. Gosh, 50 quid. Aye, that's not to be squeamish about, is it? 50 quid. Lovely, thank you very much. Perhaps it's a bit like that with the COVID-19 test. Everyone gets a number. Little old man comes along. Or maybe Pretty Patel does it. She comes along. Right, let's see who gets the test today. Ding! It's Mark Bowles. Mark Bowles. And then he goes along and gets his COVID-19 test. Perhaps that's how it works. I mean, where would the fun be? That's the trouble with some of you, There's no fun or excitement in your lives at all, is there? It's just total negativity, looking for little things to moan about all the time, such as not being able to get a COVID-19 test. They're all there on the morning. Oh, I've been sitting on the phone now for 5 days. It keeps telling me to tap on the computer screen. Every time I tap, it says, refresh this screen, and I still can't get one. All they do is moan. Rather than apply for the test and then sit back and wait to see if they've won the raffle. I think I should take over bookings for the COVID-19 tests, and we will do it in the form of a raffle. Eh? Not only that, if you win the raffle and get a COVID-19 test, I'll throw in one of Gary Butler's Scrap It Man stickers as well. There you go. See? I know how to do it. Government should be employed, but Boris will probably ring in a moment or two, Chris, could you take over the COVID-19 tests? Perhaps if there's 2 tests in a day, we could do one by raffle ticket and one by bingo game. Obviously, only people who want the test will be able to play the bingo game, and you will have to be checked first. I'll have to ask you a list of questions, Oh, there you are. Probably someone like John Aitken, he'd probably be, he would not be able to answer the question, have you been with more than 6 people in one time, I mean, the amount of people he's been in a small dark room somewhere is untrue to it. It really is. Shocking to him. Anyway, back to this little story here. In the Daily Mirror, check your diet. All you require is a specimen of wee. Yeah, you get that little pot, don't you? Like, it's not that big, is it? A little pot like that, and excuse me, a little pot like that, and you do like that. You put the little top on. Oh, it's gone over my hand again. Screw that top on. Do you don't have to fill that right up, Apparently, you don't have to fill these little pots right up at all. And then you look at it, mine is usually quite clear because I drink a lot. Some of them are green and yellow and brown. I mean, how can you have brown wee? Oh, there must be something wrong with your pipes inside. They must be crossed somewhere. Perhaps the poo is mixing with the wee. I'm sorry to discuss this at this time of the morning. Awful. Anyway, it says, as a bonus to your diet test, it could also furnish you with your unique fingerprint. Says Kate Wrighton, Communications and Public Affairs at Imperial College. I bet she's important, don't you reckon? Oh, hello, I'm Can you just imagine meeting her? One of those very important people. Self-important. I bet she's a millennial. Says Kate Wrighton, Communications and Public Affairs at Imperial College London. I bet there's not even room at the top of her bits of paper that she writes on for that whole title. What's it be like to meet her in a pub? Oh, hello, I'm Kate. Yeah, I'm Communications and Public Affairs at Imperial College London. I mean, it doesn't quite sound the same as, I work in Woolworths, does it? Or I work in McDonald's. It says, it's a rather novel idea and it could have applications in medicine and law. The fingerprint is in the form of 46 different metabolites excreted by the kidney, some people excreting them better than others, and was examined in the wee of 1,848 people in the US. There you go. And metabolites are the waste products from, and here it comes, carbs, proteins, fats and sugars. But measuring metabolites in your urine, scientists can get a good idea of what you've eaten and assess whether it's good for you. There you go. You won't be able to go down to doctors. Well, let's just choose a name. Well, Peter Wright. Yes, I mean, no disrespect to you, Peter, but you do seem to have put a little bit of weight on. What have you been eating? Oh, well, I only have lettuce leaves and a cucumber. Okay, could you do a wee sample, please? So you give your wee sample. Peter gives this wee sample. Off he goes and makes another appointment to go back into the doctor's. 6 months later, if you're lucky. Hello, doctor. We think you've been lying. We detected 18 cheeseburgers, 5 bars of chocolate, 3,500 packets of cheese and onion crisps, and a packet of Haribo. You've been eating all these things. That's what your wee says. I personally wouldn't like to look at your wee, to be honest, Peter. No disrespect to you, but it's not something that I'd want to do. People are into... No, it doesn't matter. Others were indicative of meat, chicken and calcium, and some were linked to conditions like obesity and high blood pressure. Oh, we're all obese on this channel. I mean, Christ, I could barely get through that door this morning. I've got buttons undone at the bottom of this shirt. You don't want to see that. No, I'm not showing you. Your wee can also be tested for proteins that might indicate disease. Yes. So that's a good idea, isn't it? This doctor says diet is a key contributor to human health and disease. Well, I think we all know that, though it's notoriously difficult to measure accurately, as it relies on an individual's ability to recall what and how much they ate. I mean, I barely had a thing yesterday. Hardly a thing I ate yesterday. I can't even remember. I can't have eaten that much because I'd remember, wouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? And there might have been a little bit of an apple pie later on last night over at my sister's house. I'll tell you later. It says, for instance, asking people to track diets through apps or diaries can lead to inaccurate reports about what they eat. Well, it's not because they've forgotten, dear. They lie. They lie to themselves. Funny thing, I'm going back to Slimming World once again. One of the things we get is a food diary, which is just a bit of paper. So Monday, dinner, lunch, breakfast, extras, Tuesday, Wednesday. And you look at it at the end of the week and you realise, that one bag of crisps that you had on Monday, which probably would be perfectly all right. One bag of crisps on Monday. Oh, hang on a minute. There's one Tuesday. Oh, there's Wednesday. Thursday, Friday. And then you realise you haven't had one bag of crisps on a Monday. You had one Monday morning, one Monday night, and at the end of the week you've had 14 bags of crisps. Oh, sounds like my idea of heaven, to be honest. But, you can have one thing now and again. I'm sure you can't. Like the old bag who said she had had a quarter of a sausage roll at the wedding. No, you didn't, love. You had a quarter of a sausage roll, a cheese pastry, some crisps, coleslaw. You had the lot, didn't you, love? And then when you realise they've sussed you out, they burst into floods. That's all right. Start again now. It says, through careful measurements of people's diets and urine excreted over 24-hour periods. That's the old kidneys, isn't it? Squeezing the life out of that liquid that you've drunk. Getting every last piece of, I don't know, nutrition out of it before it chucks the rest into your bladder. What an interesting little organ that is, isn't it? Don't you think? A kidney. All those little pipes in there, aren't there? Loads of little pipes in there. Sucking all the badness and the goodness out of the out of your water, and then chucking it down into your bladder, where it fills up bigger and bigger until you're bursting to go. And if you're on the motorway, you have to pull over. Always carry a cup. Always carry a cup. Always be suspicious, boys and girls. If you're on a, not so much a motorway because you can't stop there, but on an A road and someone's pulled into a lay-by, right? Always be suspicious if suddenly a hand comes out of the window with a cup of liquid and just pours it out the door. That's not tea. It's not coffee, and it's not a fizzy drink. Guess what? Oh, you've done it as well, have you? And I can recommend, boys, if you are that desperate, you know, once you've pulled over, don't just sit there like that. You've got to kind of prop yourselves up a little bit. And then put some tissue around you, just on your tummy and where you're just below it. You know what I mean? It. And then go. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't dribble a little bit. It dribbles a little bit out. And then you don't want to damage your seats, darling. And there you've got the cup. You should take that home with you, Duck. But I've seen people with my own eyes. Out comes this hand from the window at a lay-by, and then suddenly all this liquid. Why are they throwing that Coca-Cola away? No, dear. Stop Coca-Cola. Healthful. Oh, please. Who writes this? Healthful diets, it says. No, healthy, dear. Christ's sake. HEALTHFUL. Healthful diets. No such word, is there? Healthy, it should say. Healthy diets have a different pattern of metabolites in the urine than those associated with worse health outcomes. I don't like that word, urine, do you? I don't like that word. Don't like that word. Wee is much better. Wee! It says, I can see this kind of wee test becoming a standard pattern of health checks in the future. So there you go. You'll be able to check your own wee soon by going into a doctor's. I remember seeing a few years ago a toilet, a Japanese toilet, which when you used it, it then tested everything that went through it. Yeah. Won't even need the little plastic bottles then. Can't be using these plastic bottles all the time. Poor little Greta Thunberg, she's doing her nut. Doing her nut. How dare you? How dare you? What's she doing now? She's gone very quiet, hasn't she? Huh? She's gone very, very quiet, that one. But that's not the only wee story we have on this programme today, boys and girls. This programme is a leader in wee stories. It absolutely is. In the Sun this morning, it's disgusting. A picture of a bloke in clear view of everyone, not hiding behind a rock, not going and finding a bush, in clear view of everyone. Here's the shocking moment: a man weed on a busy beach in front of horrified families. Dirty, disgusting people. This bloke was spotted by a lady who was enjoying a day at Weymouth Beach in Dorset with her husband and their 7-year-old daughter. And this bloke, they noticed two men sitting nearby who were extremely drunk, having finished a litre bottle of vodka and acting erratically while at the beach on September the 6th. Erratic acting. Do I do that? Am I erratic, do you think? Erratic? We don't like normal, do we? Not on this channel, darling. We don't like normal people. I mean, as you can see from the chat box. Is there anyone normal watching this programme? It says, one man left and the other man in the video fell asleep, face down in the sand. Or maybe he was dead. Oh no, hang on a minute. Before getting up, stumbling around and weeing in full view of everyone in the beach. He literally got up, got it out and weed. Dirty people. This lady said, we were really shocked by what we saw. It was a really drunk bloke on the beach being quite loud and weird. That, you see, I don't need to... I don't need to get drunk to be loud and weird. Why do you need to get drunk to be loud and weird? I mean, just have a look at Extinction Rebellion. They're all loud and weird, aren't they? A strange bunch of characters. And odd costumes they wear, don't they? Where's their leader, little Greta Thunberg? She's disappeared. I think someone's eaten her. I thought either that or she's joined the wrong little left-wing group. That she's gone somewhere else now. I don't know, whatever. You know. Pensioners' Rights for Budgerigars or something like that. What's the latest group that's out now? I haven't watched the news this morning. I just popped on to have a little look at the lovely Priti Patel. I like her. He slept on the beach, had sand all over his face, and was stumbling around looking a bit lost. So I started recording. What a dreadful woman. Recording that poor gentleman. You know, I am always in a club looking out for some young lad who's a bit drunk. I thought he was going to do something funny, and then he just started weeing. After a while, I thought he was going to walk into the sea, but he just stopped right there and weed in front of all of them. In the footage, the man also stumbles over to a group he had nothing to do with and gets down on all fours. Then he starts moving while trying to look under their towel. The shocked group, 2 women and a child, quickly moved away. I would have just stayed there, wouldn't you? You don't know what would have come of that. Much fun to be had by a man on all fours. Holly continued. He was in full view. There was quite a few people who saw it. It was the talk of the town that day. It used to be a wonderful comedy place in London, Talk of the Town. It's gone now. There were children around and people were shocked. Let's just do my shocked look. Shocked look. He just went up to a family after he finished. They weren't there with him. He just stumbled all over the woman, fell over. I have no idea what he was doing. I don't think he knew where he was. He didn't say anything to them. He just looked like he wanted a hug or something. He downed a whole bottle of vodka. You shouldn't get that drunk, especially if you're prone to not knowing what you're doing. It's antisocial behaviour, isn't it? And shows a lack of consideration for everyone else. Oh, shut up, darling. I bet this woman who's doing the filming, she's just disappointed he didn't go over to them. That's what it is. Jealous. There's so many jealous people in this world, dear. Really. There they are. She's jealous that he didn't go over there. Miserable cat. I bet it's millennial. But it's a millennial. I bet she was horrified. Oh, my God, I can't go. Let me go to my safe space. I've got anxiety. So there we are. This bloke on the beach. And the reason he's bombed the beach is because it's been so hot. And the hot weather continues. What a lovely day yesterday. Don't you think it was an absolutely gorgeous day yesterday? Just stunning the day yesterday. That sun was out from early morning. Yeah. I met my neighbours yesterday. The one in the caravan behind me. Yeah, my nephew had come round because my lino in the hall, I put the lino back down, but I was a bit worried about cutting it because if you make a mistake, that's it, isn't it? You cut a bit too much off, you can't glue it back on again. That's it. New lino required. So my nephew come round. I haven't got a very straight cut, seriously. I mean, back at the house when I cut my hedge, it's never straight. It's seriously, it's a bit, it starts and it kind of goes down one end. I actually got a bloke out about 15 years ago now to cut the edge, and he came round. He said, "What do you want me to do, mate?" I said, "I just want you to cut the edge straight." I said, "I'm not very good at cutting straight." He said, "Well, neither are we." 50 quid, please. So my nephew came round yesterday to cut my hedge, and actually he said he would be round here. I think it was about 1:30. So after the show yesterday, I went for my my daily walk, which I wasn't going to go as far as I normally go anyway because I had swimming last night. Oh, I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I'm walking along the river, picking up a couple of bits of rubbish, and then this car come towards me, and it was clearly aimed at me. And I thought, well, hello, that'll be my nephew, you know, hoping to run me over and then get the what's it called, the money from the wheel. You know, I don't know why he thinks he might possibly be in that. I wouldn't do that, not unless you know till you know what's in it, Gary. Shocking. So he picked me up, brought me back here, and I did my lunch. I had a lovely lunch yesterday, pasta, and you know that sauce in a bottle, like Domino, but not Domino, the cheaper version. Some mushrooms, onions, and a pepper fried off in there, and then put in with the pasta and the Domino. Oh, absolutely delicious. A little bit of chilli on, a little bit too much chilli. I love chilli, don't you? And we're sitting there with the cold air on in the living room. It was lovely, lovely. And he then started cutting my thing there. And while we were sitting in the living room, actually, a lady went past and she waved. And you can't, as I said to you before, you can't walk past my caravan. I'm at the end. So if anyone goes past, they're obviously coming to see you. And it's a lady just behind me, sort of that way. And I thought, oh, don't tell me she's complaining about the noise coming from the bingo night, because that goes on till about 9:30 at night, and I don't think she can hear from here. Don't think she can hear. And as you know, I'd absolutely hate anyone to be put out by any noise that I ever make, because I don't like it. I don't like it. Not like some of these millennials, you know, they got the blooming radio full up. If you live next to one of those, God help you. Radio full up. Oh, it's my right to do what I want. It's my house. No, I don't think like that. You've got to have consideration for other people around you. Oh, please don't tell me. Anyway, she come up. She said, hello, love. And I thought, I know that accent. I know that accent. All right, love. She said, here, I've seen your aerial on there. Can I ask you, is that for the internet? Because I ain't got no internet, she said. I said, well, it is. And I explained to her that by putting the aerial up, and I require something like, oh, it's made a vast improvement to the way this show comes to you. So I have a router, and then it's connected to an aerial, which is above my caravan. It's not that high, about 4 foot up. Okay, but it allows the signal to come straight into the aerial rather than trying to get through all this metal that's around us. You see, it works so much better. So she doesn't have internet. And it turns out she runs a camping site. And her husband run a camping site in Mablethorpe, which isn't too far from here, really. It's quite close to sort of Skegness, a bit further down the road, so to speak. And what a lovely lady. What a lovely lady. And I said, do you mind? I can hear an accent. I know that accent. Where are you from? She said, at Arsenal in London. London accent. And she's the first person on this site that I've met is from London. Most of them are from up north. My lovely neighbour who's next door, Jeff, and his wife Linda, they're from Sheffield. There's quite a few people on here from Sheffield, and they tend to come from sort of northeast, sort of north. You know, further up than that. She's the only one I've met so far that's from down south. And of course, as you know, I was brought up in London. Peckham till 1969, and then Roehampton until the 80s. And it was nice to meet someone from London, really. So I explained to her what I had. She says, so if I get a router, she's got nothing at all. I said, well, I'm with Three. On this site, tend to be people who use either Three or Vodafone. EE doesn't work very well at all. She said, oh, I know, I've got an EE phone. She said, I can never get a signal on the site. I said, no, they haven't got a cell base near here. So I was explaining to her what I had. She said, she said, if I get an aerial, I said, well, first of all, you might not need an aerial. You may find you just get the router and it works. You know, some people need an aerial, some don't. And literally with routers, router is that size. Say that's a router. Okay? So, and that's your tabletop or wherever you've got it. You might get barely any signal there. And then you might put it there, and it bursts into life. I mean, it really is that critical, the position of a router in your house. In here, it worked okay, but I wanted a bit more speed, so I put the aerial up, and as you know, it made an enormous difference having that aerial. So there we are. I was able to advisor. Ever such a nice lady. And she's very down to earth, a little bit like myself, I think. It's good to be down to earth and honest with people, isn't it? And funnily enough, she wasn't the only one who I was showing you stuff to the other day. And basically, all it is something that you've got in your house. It's just a router with an extra aerial attached to it. Not expensive, really. You know, not in the grand scheme of things. Not really expensive. There's nothing expensive in here, really. Nothing. Or at my house, come to that. I haven't got any sort of artwork or jewellery or cash. I don't require anything like that. All I want is things that I can plug in and that will do something, like a gadget. We do like a gadget. And then, funnily enough, I was walking down and I got talking to my neighbour. And I said hello to her and the husband there. And she says, oh, he's not very happy at the moment. He's having trouble with his internet. Bang, number 2. And I said, oh, what's wrong? He said, the signal keeps dropping out. I said, you with 3? She said, that's right. I said, right, I had that. I put an aerial up. And his ears pricked up and he came and he wanted to see. So he came down with his missus and Elaine and Ken. They've got the caravan. Well, it's like a community here. We've got wonderful people here. In our little row of 5 caravans and 1, 2, 3 on the other side. We all know each other. We're all of an age, all over 50, you know. And Ken and Elaine, he's nearly 80. Lovely bloke. Really nice bloke and wonderful people. We're very, very lucky to have good neighbours here. Same as I have at the house. I'm surrounded by good neighbours down at the house as well, you know. And anyway, he came with his wife and Elaine, come to have a look just to see the aerial that my brother-in-law had put up. I said, there it is. That's it there. That's what that is, an internet aerial. So I was explaining that you've got to have a router with 2 external connections on it and you twist on the new aerial and that's it. Lovely. Always happy to help, you see. Always happy to help. Because it was very hot yesterday, wasn't it? And more hot weather to come. Absolutely, more hot weather to come. It says British people are set to bake in another 31 degrees scorcher today. After the hottest September day in 4 years, which was yesterday. And we were very hot here. Not as hot as you were down south. I'm up in Lincolnshire at the moment. But certainly beautiful weather yesterday. Beautiful. I would estimate about 25 to 27 up here. Not quite as hot as it was in London. It says that families flocked to beaches and parks yesterday to make the most of the soaring mercury in what is likely to be the last gasp of summer. Sounds like a record from Bananarama, doesn't it? Cruel, cruel summer. That one. Sunseekers cooled off yesterday in a 30 degrees scorcher at beaches in Bournemouth and Southend. I quite like Bournemouth. It's got a lovely chip shop there. Oh, yeah, it's I think it's a Harry Ramsden's, and it's right on the beach. You go upstairs. I'd say a chip shop. It's a restaurant. You go upstairs. Oh, you pay for that. You know, it's going to cost you more to go in there than down the local chippy. But you go up the stairs and you choose your table, and there is just all glass where you can look out at the sea and have your fish and chips. Oh, it's lovely. Harry Ramsden's. I'm sure it's Harry Ramsden's in Bournemouth. Ever get down to Bournemouth, seek that out. It's beautiful. Good service in there as well. Met Office forecaster said there's been wall-to-wall sunshine. Yesterday it was the hottest September day since 2016. Which is not that long ago, is it, to be honest? It will be highest today in southern parts of the UK, but most of the country will see a spell of warm weather. Or hot weather, I call it hot weather, over the next few days. Good news, isn't it, eh? Good news. And that carries on today and tomorrow, and then I think it drops down a little bit, but it's not going to be cold. Not exactly cold. Which is a good job last night, because last night, for the first time in 6 months, I went swimming. And I'll tell you about it after having a look at some of you who are here today. Let's say hello to some of you. Good morning to Jason Hughes. Morning, Jason. Hello to Michael Palman. Morning, Michael, in Australia. Peter Wright is there. Morning. DSLDG2. Good morning to you. By the way, Peter, you probably got a bingo ticket yesterday. Don't worry. Sometimes it's so much to do. I forget that you're not going to play the bingo and I just send them all out. You know, don't worry. If you've told me you're not going to be there for the bingo and you get a bingo ticket, don't worry too much about that, okay? Good morning to Diane Jebb. Morning, Diane. Hello, Diane. Jason Hughes in the house. Gary, 2 tickets. Ross is there. I quite like that I you use there as an O, Gary. Hell and an I. So it looks like hello. Very good. Very good, Gary. Good morning to you. Hello to Denise Andrews, head of ducks on this channel. There's my nephew, Scrap It Man, Gary Butler. Oh, that's a point. Yes. Today, on the quiz night, we always give something away at the end. We were doing pens. We've now moved on to stickers. All right. Not because we've run out of pens. I just think it's nice to change things now and again, you know. So we've moved on to those. Someone get a couple of stickers tonight. Well, in fact, they get 3 stickers because I've also got some of my nephew's stickers to give out away on the Scrap It Man channel. Don't invite my nephew round to your house because you'll find when he's left, you'll see these stickers all over the bleeding place, including on the back of your car bumper, like what appeared on mine. Rude. Didn't even ask, just stuck the sticker on. Don't invite him into anywhere posh, like or a church or something like that. You know, you'll go to church the next Sunday and you'll be kneeling down and then you get up and you suddenly realise there's a Scrap It Man in the middle of the altar sticker. I mean, what would Shania say, dear? Shocking. There's John Aitken, who's in Eastbourne today. Hope you're having a nice time there, John. Nice to be at the seaside when you're hot weather like this, isn't it, eh? Hello to Michael Pullman. Mick Davenport. Sometimes I'll mention people twice because I can't remember the names as I go down. Morning to John Parrish, who sent in a couple of pictures today. Beautiful coloured pictures from John Parrish this morning. As always, gang, excellent photographer. If you'd like to see John Parrish's pictures this morning, we will require only a bargain price of 23. We did 23 yesterday. Let's do 23 again. That's my old door number, that is 23. My old door number when we used to live in Roehampton, 23. Okay, 23 likes and I'll show you John Parrish's pictures this morning. Incidentally, the Super Chat prize this week, every time you send a Super Chat of £1, I will give you a free raffle ticket to possibly win that pink backdrop. Okay, that's what we're giving away this week. It really is quite nice once you put that up. And it actually looks like it's not... There's a tiny little hole in there where you see where that clock is. Okay, so there'll be a little hole there. And that's about the only hole I could find in it. Perhaps a few staple holes along the top there. But every time you send us £1 tip today, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. And you might win that in Thursday morning's show. Okay? Morning to Mick Davenport, John Parrish, Andy V. Hello to you again. Can I get tablets for the doctor for coming here? No, you don't want to take tablets while you're coming here. Only to sleep. In fact, if you watch this show, Andy, okay, and you've got a sleep problem, you probably won't have within the first 10 minutes of watching this show. Most people have fallen asleep, as mentioned by Michael Pullman a couple of times this week. He's been falling asleep while the show was on. Can you believe that? Rude. Or perhaps I'm doing this all wrong. You know, I advertise my list of things on the YouTube, as you know, what's going to be in the show today. Not all of it, but some of it, what's going to be in the show today. Perhaps I'm doing that all wrong. You know, perhaps I could just have one line there. If you need to sleep, watch this. Perhaps I'm not very good at the sort of advertising. The what word would you use there? Advertising the show, promoting the show. I'm not very good at promoting the show. My brother-in-law helps me do that. I've no idea what I'm doing. I have to do certain little pictures and do this and do that. I was advised yesterday to take the pictures of the chests off because YouTube don't like that. It is known as clickbait, where you put a pair of breasts, not naked breasts. We wouldn't do that on this channel. It's not. This is not porno up. Thank you very much. Put a picture of her breasts on. Martin said, no, take those off. YouTube won't like that. So I changed the picture. It's all learning. It's all learning. So no tablets required if you need to sleep, Andy. Just watch us a bit longer and I guarantee you drop off like that. Good morning to Jeff and Linda. There they are, Jeff and Linda there. I'll be watering your plants again today, Jeff. Don't worry about that in this dry spell of weather. Good morning to Matthew Van. Oh, morning, Matthew. Don't usually see you during the week there. There's the lovely Sherry DMP. Morning, Sherry. John says it's lovely in Eastbourne. Nice hotel, staff, all very safe, not very busy. That's what we like, not very busy. We like it like that. There's our lovely Mandy Davenport in charge of pain and suffering on this channel. I think you might have a little protege, Mandy, actually. Because when I was out walking with great nephew Harry and Evie the other day, Evie is showing an interest in doing pain and suffering as well, I think. Because when I picked up a stick Or did I pick up a stick and give it to her? A long stick. There you go. A stick. Yeah, I'll go and play with that. She said, that's a pain and suffering stick. I think you could be taking her under your wing, and I'm sure you'd love it. Evie under your wing to learn what pain and suffering is really all about, because you are the pain and suffering person in charge and expert on this channel. Morning, Mandy. There's Sherry DMP. She's got her own little channel there, doing bits and pieces. Paul and Lou, good morning to you. John's resisted ice cream and chips. Lots of long walks. Good. I didn't go for such a long walk yesterday because I went swimming. And it was the first time I've been swimming in 6 months. And I have to tell you, it was a bit of a different experience. I still won't go swimming in an enclosed pool, I'm afraid. Now, they say the virus thing can't survive in chlorinated water, as is the case with most viruses and bacteria. Chlorine in the water kills it stone dead. No chance whatsoever. But I still won't go in an enclosed space, because obviously when you're swimming along, some people go in at spilling, all that air's coming out and all the virus is pouring out their mouths, waiting to be swallowed by you. But an outdoor pool, yeah, I'll have some of that. Now, there's a Lido near here called the Woodall Spa. It's the Woodall Spark Lido. Woodall Spa Lido, but it's known as Jubilee Park. Jubilee Park, and it's got other things there. They've got a little camping place. I think there's a few children's climbing things and stuff like that. But they have a Lido. And I managed to book in there for yesterday and next Thursday coming. All right. And it was 7 o'clock last night. So after my afternoon sleep, after Gary went home, I had a little bit of an afternoon sleep. I went, jumped in the car at around about 6:30. My swimming was 7 o'clock. And it does say, please don't arrive too early. Try and get there, sort of just bang on 7. And I got there at about 5 to 7, 10 to 7, 5 to 7, somewhere around that. And went up to the door, and it wasn't clear where to stand. So I poked my head in. Could you tell me where to queue, please? She said, yeah, just on that side there, just outside. Okay, thanks very much. And we were lucky, beautiful day and all that. So there was 2 people in front of me, that's all. And they're standing, so far apart, 2 meters apart. And on the instructions, it says, please be ready to get straight in the pool when you're here. Changing rooms mainly closed. Okay, the main changing room where everyone, all the blokes usually share a changing room and the women on the other side, they're closed. So there's one bloke. I've got my swimming shorts on, which I've got to say I was surprised I got them on. Well, they're a bit tight, dear. It was like I was losing the circulation below my legs. To be honest, it was cutting off the circulation. These shorts were so blooming tight, shocking, but they were on. So I had my white shorts on, but I had a T-shirt on. The bloke in front of me, he was ready. He had his shorts on. He'd taken off his T-shirt. It was all in his carrier bag, everything in his carrier bag. And he's literally standing there in his swimming shorts and a carrier bag of stuff. And his little bit of paper that he's printed off to show that he'd prepaid, same as me. And there I was. And then gradually a little queue built up behind us of other people. There was a man and his little girl, bless him. Couple of smaller people, little people with mums and dads and things like that. It was all very well behaved, really. All standing there waiting to go in. And then out she comes after about 5 minutes or so. Lady comes out with one of those shields on, they come down like that. I don't know how good they are, but that's what she has had on. So you just showed her a bit of paper. She said, have you been before since lockdown? I said, no. Okay. She said, just go in and then go straight out again, because you go in this door. There's 2 doors, that one and that one, okay? And you go in that door, and then there's another door there. So literally, you come in and out again. Straight out. They don't want you in the building. You walk around the building, okay? And once you've gone around, there's another bloke there and says, okay, mate, toilets are over there. Try not to use them if you only please use them if you absolutely have to. The showers as well, just out the outside showers, which is like 5 showers. They're working, and there is a couple of changing rooms there if you really need, but we don't really want you to use them. I got that opinion anyway. Okay, thanks very much. And then there's the pool. there's the pool. So I walked round the open air pool. One bloke had already put his stuff at one end of the bench and was in. And I went to another, just various different benches along the thing. So I put my carrier bag there, took off my T-shirt, took off my shoes and socks, including this sock here. This sock here, which, I thought someone might want this. What do you think? Because, it has been worn by me. Obviously, if it was just an old sock that you'd found in the street like that, you wouldn't want it. But I've worn it, you see. I mean, I think this is something that possibly John Aitken would want. Smelly socks. He comes across as someone who would do feet. Oh, there's some very strange people around. I've DJ'd in clubs and I've seen some sights, believe me, dear. Feet. There are foot clubs. And I thought I might give that away. For a £25 super chat, perhaps. I mean, we don't want to give it away too cheap. What do you reckon? Or shall I add it to the list of bingo prizes on next Sunday coming? Shall I? I think that might be another little feature. Old items of my clothing that I won't. And what you could do, you would probably buy that for me for £25. And then if you're running a charity or something like that, you could then raffle this off in a charity. You'd probably get tens of thousands of pounds for that sock, wouldn't you? Eh? I still think that could be repaired. A couple of stitches there, perhaps. I mean, it might bend my toes back a little bit, but I still think that sock can be repaired. I really do. So, took my stuff off, and in I got, water not cold, and off I went. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how wonderful it was to get back in the swimming pool water. Absolutely marvellous. And it was outside as well. I have been to that Lido twice before. And just going up and down, and I thought, well, in this particular pool, I would normally do 40 lengths. Pool in Bracknell, the hotel one would be 60. That one there, 40. The one at Boston Leisure Centre, that's 40. Depends on the side of the pool, you see, to how many lengths I would do. And I thought, well, I normally do 40 in this one. I haven't been for 6 months. Be happy at 20. Do you know what I mean? Because it had been so long, I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to do my 40. So I'm going up, and there are 3 lanes. There's what I call the muck around lane. No one's swimming up and down. They're just in there, chucking balls and things at each other. Then there's the normal lane, which I'm in, and then there's the fast lane on the other side. So 3 lanes and very wide lanes. Not like this. Oh, it's a nightmare. And it's awful. You're in a swimming pool and you get a lane like that, and you can barely get past. This was the case at the Bracknell one, at the Living Well place at the Hilton Hotel. Whenever they had a class on, the lane they gave you was so small, it was ridiculous. I left in the end, which was a shame because it was very, very well run by a bloke called Trevor. He knew what he was doing in there. Anyway, so up and going, I'm going right around like that. No one's really overtaking, not at this point anyway. And I got to 10 lengths and I thought, well, that wasn't too bad. That was all right. But I didn't stop at all. I just carried on going. And I'm looking at the clock. It's 10 lengths. And it's now about 7:15. So it's taken me 15 minutes to do 10 lengths. Probably 10, actually. By the time I'd got in, it was about 7:05. So, a minute a length. And I thought, well, at 18, I'll do a couple of breaststroke ones. But I didn't. Got to 20. Carried on swimming. And now kind of people are speeding up a bit now. They tend to speed up as they've started. Now and again, someone would overtake me. And now and again, I would overtake someone else. But it was quite all right because these lanes were wide. So if you've got someone coming down there and you're going fast and you just pop into that middle bit there and go past, give them a bit of space. Don't come straight in like that and then move over. It's no problem. No one moaning. Oh, he's gone past me. No, just got on with it. Got to 20 lengths. Got to 30 lengths. I'm looking at the clock now, and it's now about 20 to 8. So I got to length 30, and I thought, well, I'll do a couple of breaststrokes now. I found that really difficult. I don't know why. My usual stroke is overarm, but I will also throw in a couple of lengths as breaststroke, like that. Right? And I went on to the breaststroke. I found that really hard. I don't know why. It just didn't feel right doing that. Because it's been so long, of course, since I've done it. But I did the 2 lengths there. Then flipped back to the overarm thing. And I got then to length 36 and I thought, wow, I can't believe I've managed to do this. And I'm looking at the clock and it's now about 10 to. I thought, okay. So I've gone up again. I've done another breaststroke like that. And I got back and it's now about 7 minutes to 8. And I remember it saying on the piece of paper, you know, you need to start leaving at 5 to 8. You must have left the venue by 8 p.m. Completely left. So I've got down to the end. There's a girl standing there with a yellow T-shirt on, like in charge type person. And I said to her, I said, how long have we got? She looked at the clock. She said, you've got another 3 minutes. I said, okay, I'll go up and back again. Okay. So I've gone back up and down, got down to the end. And just as I got to the end, the whistle's blown. So everyone has to get out. And I did my 40 lengths. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So clearly, the walking I've been doing and the cycling has kept up my fitness level to a certain degree. I don't suppose it is what it was. And I was able to do it. And I came out there not particularly tired or none of that, not breathless, nothing. I'm so pleased with myself. So I went back to the bench, dried myself off and left with everyone else. Got in the car and then I went over to my sister's house. I can't tell you how wonderful it was. Not only that, while I was in the pool, of course, it went from light to dark. So 8 o'clock is quite dark now, isn't it? You know, it's pitch black. And I don't put the lights on till right at the end. So you're literally swimming in the dark. It's wonderful. And while I was swimming, 1 star came out. All on its own. Very bright star. Probably Venus, I would imagine. Not only that, it looked... I don't know what plane flew over. An old warplane flew over. I don't know if it was... I don't know much about old warplanes. Like a Spitfire or something like that it was. This actually came over the pool. It was quite high up, so I don't know where it had come from. I don't think it had come from Coningsby because it wouldn't have been up that high at that point. But yeah, one of those came over the pool as well, which was just wonderful. It was like a perfect evening. And from there, I went to my sister's house. She'd done me some beans on toast. I popped in at the Co-op on the way there, the Co-op in Woodhall Spa. And I spotted, there they were on the counter, apple pastries. I thought, oh, I got up. And not only that, they were reduced from 95 pence to 40 pence. So I said, are they apples? She said, yeah, that's right. So she's doing these. I bought some blueberries and some lentil crisps for myself and my sister. I didn't have mine yesterday. I said, well, I think I'll have one of those. She said, I can do them cheaper if you want now. I said, oh, well, I only want one. Oh, right, okay. She said, she said, do you want 2 for 1? I said, well, go on then. So I got 2, an apple pastry. I thought my nephew might like one, so I bought an apple pastry and a vanilla pastry. 40 pence for 2. Happy days. Gorgeous these were, in little boxes, little cardboard boxes. Beautiful. Got to my sister's house, and funnily enough, my nephew was there. I said, here, have one of the pastries. So he took the apple one, and I pretended that, oh no, not the apple one. And as soon as I said that, he'd come back. He said, all right, I'll have the other one. No, have the apple one. I'll suffer with the vanilla one. My sister done us some beans and cheese on toast. I went in to see Martin, who's still suffering at the moment with the shingles. Sat down there eating my stuff. And I remembered I had 2/3 of an apple pie left in the fridge. So I've had my beans on toast and got the apple pie out. But the trouble is it's now been in there 2 days, so the pastry was a bit soft. It wasn't not nice. It was lovely, this apple pie. But I thought I can't leave that in there for another day, so I'm afraid I had 2/3 of an apple pie last night. But I didn't have the pastry. That's here for later today. Maybe after my lunch or something like that. And I got back here. We watched on the telly last night. I hope you've seen this. Des. Did you see Des on ITV1 last night with David Tennant? Oh, my word. What an excellent programme. It's about Dennis Nilsson. And he used to go round murdering people, didn't it? All boys, because he was gay. or as they called it in those days, homosexual. I hate that word. Don't you hate that word? There's certain words I hate. Homosexual, hate it. Queer, hate it. I hate that word. LGBTQI, I hate that. I mean, what a mouthful. I quite like the word gay, and I quite like the word puff or fairy. I think that's nice. Being known as a fairy. I do think that's nice. I might get myself a little fairy outfit, actually. You know, like that Tinkerbell. They sell them at Disney, don't they? I think they take a very dim view of adults trying on Tinkerbell outfits in the Disney store. Would they take a dim view of that? Or is it just one of those things, you know? Excuse me, could I try? Have you got that in my size? Sorry, sir. I just want to try on that Tinkerbell. Well, don't think it'll fit you, sir. Well, can I try it? No. It's horrible words. Queer. What horrible word? Homosexual. That's just a horrible word. And LGBTQ. Well, that's just a load of left-wing crap, that is. Gay. That's fine. Puff's fine. Fairy's fine. Fairy's my favourite, I think. Or the straight lads. They used to come into Belushes sometimes, slap me on the bum. You're right, you old puff. I was very happy with that. Thank you very much. At least I got touched. Huh? So we watched this Dennis Nilsson thing on the telly called Des, with the excellent acting by David Tennant. I can't tell you how good that was last night. He went around murdering things, and when he got arrested, the policeman said to me, "How many have you murdered?" Because they only found one body, didn't they, in the house first. He said, is it more than one? Is it 2? Maybe 3? Is it about 15? And he chopped up all the bodies. And he didn't chop up the bodies. When he was interviewed in the police station, he didn't chop up the bodies because it was like a perversion. He chopped up the bodies because he ran out of space to store them, according to the interview in the police station. It wasn't because he wanted to chop up the bodies. He ran out of space. Scary. Hidden in black plastic bags. And when the police went into the house, according to this programme, when the police went into the house, they had, of course, that smell. I mean, I don't know what a dead body smells like, you know, when I have seen people who have passed on in their coffins and things like that. But then you're in a, you know, like a chapel of rest, and things have been done to the body to stop that happening. So I've never smelt a dead body. I don't know what it smells like, but apparently it's one of the worst smells you could possibly smell. The acting was just amazing, and all the people that are in it, fantastic. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. Dennis Nilsson. The programme's called Des on ITV, and it's on last night. So ITV Player, if you haven't recorded it, it's on tonight, and it's on Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Can't wait. I'll have to wait tonight until, obviously, after the quiz, because we've got the quiz tonight. 8 o'clock quiz night here on this channel. Do join us for that. All right. But it's Dennis Nilsson. One of the pubs that I worked in for 18 years, I joined after the whole Dennis Nilsson thing. I think I joined there I think it was 87 or 89, one of the two. I can never remember which it was. And I was there for 18 years, but it was before that. Not that much before, about 5 years before. I think 1983, I think it was, the whole Dennis Nilsson thing. And he would go in the pub I worked, the Black Cat, pick up boys, take them home and strangle them to death. But when he's being interviewed and the police come, it's like I'm having a conversation with you now. It's the weirdest thing. He's so calm about it and all that. And the police knock at his door, right, and say, could we come upstairs? Yeah, come in. And they've gone upstairs and say, and they asked him, you know, have you murdered so-and-so? I can't remember what he said now. And he said, yes. And he goes down the police station and he's being interviewed. It's all very blasé. It was absolutely bizarre the way he was. He wasn't scared. He wasn't pleased with what he'd done. It was absolutely bizarre watching this go on. So, highly recommended viewing that one, all right? Watch the first one this afternoon. You will be absolutely enthralled, as we were. My sister and brother-in-law and myself. Des on ITV. Excellent. One of the best things I've seen on the telly for a long time. I mean, there's quite a lot of good stuff on the telly, to be honest, at the moment. But Des, wow. Wow, they've done that really well. Let's have a look. Paul and Lou. I've said hello to Paul and Lou. Hello to you. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. Let's scroll down there. Let's just get some of these names in here. One moment, please. Have we said hello to Andy V? I think we have there. Let's get all these names in. Good morning to VSTV. Morning to VSTV today. There's Fran Green. Good morning, Fran. I like to get the names in. Michael Lawrence. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Tony King. Good morning to you. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Jason Hughes. We said hello to Jason Hughes. Is that everyone? Let's get down that bottom there. Daniel Woodhouse. Good morning, Daniel Woodhouse. Hello, Playmates. Who is it who used to say that? Oh, that was hello, Playmates. Oh, I can't remember what his name was now. The bloke who used to say hello, Playmate. That was before me. He was a children's entertainer, was he? I can't remember now. Can't remember. Fun things to do with tech. A very good morning to you. There's George Bonds. Morning, George. Parknest joining us. There's the delightful Mark Bowles. Good morning, young Mark. Morning to you. Oh, fun things to do with tech. He's got a 4G LTE router. He's got an antenna up. Yeah, that's the higher the better, really, with the antennas. I'd love one like 20 foot up in the air. You know, I'm hoping that Martin's going to come and build me a mast. Something like that. Good idea, wouldn't it? Thank you very much, Denise. Arthur Askey is the man. Arthur Askey is the one. Thank you, Jeff. Hello, Playmates. Yeah. Didn't he lose all his limbs? Or his legs or his arms or something, if I remember rightly. Good morning to Mix Mowers. Morning to Mix Mowers. Hello to you, sir. All right. No Naga on the telly this morning. I was most disappointed to see no Naga Monchetti. But then we had Priti Patel. I quite like her. Dan was on interviewing her this morning, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I think Naga would be an excellent person for Blue Peter, don't you? I'd like to see her climbing up the top of Nelson's column or something like that and cleaning the statue, like John Noakes did. God rest his soul. He's passed on now, hasn't he, the great John Noakes? Who else have we seen on the telly today? Oh, there he was. He's back. Little Ed Miliband. I was watching him talking to the Prime Minister on one of those. Was it Question Time or something like that? They were discussing on the news last night. And there he was. Ed Miliband is back in the house. And I'm desperately... I saw him appear on the telly. And I'm desperately looking for the subtitles button on the remote control. You know, I had not a clue what he was saying. Not like Naga. Mark Bowles is a big fan of Naga Monchetti, aren't you? Eh? He loves Naga. Oh, she's lovely. I love her. I think she's brilliant. But Ed Miliband... There's a lot of teeth on the telly, isn't there, when you think about it? Of course, we've always had a lot of teeth on the telly. Let's go back to the days of Esther Ranson and That's Life. Hello and welcome to That's Life. Esther Ranson, bless her heart. Teeth on the telly. And of course, your favourite teeth on the telly, Janet Street Porter, that old bag. Have you seen the stuff she writes on Twitter? Jesus, I don't know why she don't join Extinction Rebellion or one of them little left-wing groups, bless her heart. Done. Hello and welcome to Loose Women. Camilla Parker Bowles. She's not quite at that stage, though. She's not at the Janet Street Porter stage, is she, Camilla Parker Bowles? She's all right, Camilla. I quite like Camilla. I know a lot of you don't. I quite like Camilla. I think Charles always should have married Camilla. That's clearly the person he was in love with. Don't marry someone you don't love. This is ridiculous. Hello, it's Loose Women. My name's Janet Street Talker. And here is co-host today, Denise Welsh. I've got depression. I can't cope with my life. Oh, How can anyone sit? I mean, it's popular, Loose Women. I just cannot see how anyone can sit there and watch that crap. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Awful. Let's have a look there. Ed Miliband, Esther, and of course, Ed. Did he stop and have a little bacon sandwich halfway through that? God, you couldn't take him for an afternoon tea, could you? Not Ed Miliband. Can I have tomato sauce with that? Dear me. Let's do some stories for you this morning. And we're talking about television at the moment and The Crown on Netflix. The Crown on Netflix. Explicit scenes in The Sun this morning portraying Princess Diana's bulimia will feature in Netflix's The Crown, which could lead her two sons to clash. Now, bulimia is a nasty thing, isn't it? It's people look in the mirror, isn't it? People look in the mirror and think they're fat. Or is that anorexia? No, that's anorexia, isn't it? Gemma Collins has got anorexia. Did you know that? Absolutely. She looks in the mirror and she thinks she's fat. Gemma Collins. Anorexic. Looks, oh my God, I look fat in the mirror. Don't know how to tell you this, Gemma. Bulimia is the one where you make yourself sick. It's incredibly sad. Lena Zaveroni, I don't know if you remember Lena Zaveroni. She was a big child star. And she won Opportunity Knocks, I think it was, years and years ago. And she was in some stuff. And she had a lovely little voice. Look her up on YouTube. And she died, didn't she? She died of anorexia. She just stopped eating. She just, whenever she looked at herself, she thought she was fat. It's a terrible disease. Or it's a head thing. Excuse me, it's a head thing, isn't it? Maybe one or two of you have experienced something like that. You know, go out and have a Mars bar. Or must make myself sick now. It's very bad for you. It's all right to be sick now and again, I suppose, but all the acid comes up, burns your food pipe, your oesophagus, doesn't it? In The Sun, it says the hit TV's drama's most explosive series yet focuses on Diana's battle with the eating disorder in the 1980s. She was beautiful, wasn't she, Diana? But November's season 4 release will not set well with Prince William after brother Harry and his wife Meghan signed a £112 million deal with a streaming giant. In episodes dealing with Diana's crumbling marriage to Prince Charles, actress Emma Corrin, who's just 24, will be seen gorging on food before vomiting into a toilet. TV Insider said William and other senior royals are incredibly uncomfortable about this drama, and Livid Harry is now in partnership with the company that's airing it. Yeah, but that's... I don't really have a problem with that. He's not involved in The Crown, is he? I don't think so. It's just something else he's doing. It's nothing to do with that. It says in The Sun, it's the latest in a long line of flashpoints between the brothers, but there is few more sensitive subjects than the plight of their mother. Of course not. Viewers of The Crown, which is a candid look at the Queen's reign, wouldn't expect the writers to ignore something which is now a matter of public record. But the royal family also wouldn't expect one of their own to take money made by the profits of shows like this. Well, I mean, he's not, is he? He's not taking money from him, is he? He's being employed to do something, isn't he? Good morning, Maureen. Morning, Maureen. He's being employed to do something, but he's not taking money from that programme specifically, is he? Excuse me a moment. I'm just trying to find my raffle tickets. Oh, there they are. That'd be a disaster, wouldn't I? Oh, he hasn't got his raffle tickets. We want a raffle ticket. Not yet, you won't. Wait till later, dear. At least half an hour. 2 days later, after Harry and Meghan signed the deal, Netflix revealed they are to air a tacky musical about the princess called Diana, a New Musical, which I don't really know anything about that. The Windsors have a long-running grudge against the Crown, over its no-holds-barred portrayal of their family. Last year's launch of David Attenborough's Netflix nature show, Our Planet, was attended by Prince Charles, who's 71 now, and his 2 sons, but cast members of The Crown were apparently prevented from attending. Oh, there's that lovely picture that we've seen over the years of Diana. I think it's at Thorpe Park or one of those places. You'll remember this picture. Look, you remember that one? Oh, look at them, bless them. Just a terrible thing to lose your mother, isn't it? By whatever method. Especially if you're small and young now. It says in The Sun, Diana's bulimia is a well-documented ailment she struggled with for years, but delving into her eating disorder in drama aired to more than 190 million global subscribers is a disturbing prospect. Well, I don't know, is it? I mean, it depends. If it's told as it was, then it's just someone's story, isn't it? Surely. If they don't tell it properly, then it's a problem, I would say. A spokesman for Left Bank Pictures, which makes The Crown for Netflix, says producers worked closely with the eating disorder charity Beat to ensure that their portrayal of Princess Diana's bulimia in season 4 was both accurate to the disorder and sensitively handled. So we'll wait to see what happens with that. But I must say I don't have too much of a problem with that, to be honest. You know, if it's a story, then it's a story waiting to be told. Same as you see any other old story there, don't you, really? Eh? Oh, that sounds like a super chat from Mr. John Parrish. £2 today, John. Have you won the lottery, dear? Have you won the lottery? 2 points. Gosh. £2 from John Parrish. So I'll give you a couple of raffle tickets. The raffle tickets are for this, incidentally, boys and girls, just in case you missed it at the beginning of the show. We're giving away that backdrop this week. Okay? And anyone who sends a super chat of £1 will be given a free raffle ticket to go in the draw for that, which takes place on Thursday morning, live on this show. Okay? And it's only pulled once. Okay, once the ticket's been pulled, it waits for someone to claim it. So if you can't be here for us live on the show, that flamingo on the left-hand side is not part of the backdrop. If you look carefully, that's actually something else, nothing to do with the backdrop, okay? So it's the pink tree, basically, with the green grass. It was very pretty, which we used in, was it 2018, John? 2018. There you go, John. 218 and 219 for you there. All right. And just to let you know, John Parrish has sent in a couple of pictures this morning, which will require just 23 likes to see those pictures. So if you'd like to see John Parrish's excellent pictures, he does good pictures. If you want to see John's pictures this morning, 23 likes. We've got 21 at the moment, so let me just move my leg under there. So not far to go. Sarah's gone out jogging, has she? Has she really? Sherry's gone out running. Good on her. Good on her. Very good. I must say, it's good. Once you're older, you've got to do something. I'm so pleased I went swimming yesterday. I might book in for another session. Not only that, that Woodall Spa Lido, it's open until the end of October. Now, I must say, I have been swimming out in an outdoor pool a couple of times. I was DJing at somewhere in France, and it was winter. You know, it was like a snowing resort, a ski resort place. And we went to this outdoor swimming pool. I was surrounded by snow, thick snow like this. The water is, you see the steam coming off the water. The difficulty is travelling from the changing rooms to the water. Because, of course, you take your kit off and then you've got your little Speedos on. Some of them wear Speedos. Only unfit people wear tight Speedos. Please don't. You got your Speedos on. And then the difficulty is walking from the changing room to the pool. My God, if it's surrounded by cold and you're sub-zero temperatures, it is freezing cold. You get in the water, oh, it's lovely. In fact, it's too hot. You get in the water and it's too hot. But it's lovely, except for anything that's sticking out of the water, like a nose or hair. That's a bit cold, but it's lovely. But if that wasn't bad enough, travelling to the changing room to get in the pool, what's even worse is travelling from that hot, heated pool back to the changing room afterwards. My God, that's cold. But it's lovely. If you've ever got the opportunity to go swimming in an outdoor pool, okay, surrounded by snow, take it. It's lovely. It'll probably be a little bit. I don't suppose we'll have any snow. Oh, we've had snow in October before. I don't suppose it'll be that cold here in Lincolnshire in October, but certainly, it'd be a little bit different, wouldn't it, eh? So I'll go in October as well. We've got another super chat. Thank you very much. Mark Jones this morning. Thank you, Mark. Mark sent us a £5 super chat. You got your eye on the backdrop as well. Have you, Mark? Let's show it to you again. There we go. That's what the raffle prize is for the super chatters on Thursday. There you go. Someone's going to win that. Let's just write down your name on there, Mark. Okay. What have you got? Two. You don't need to know the numbers for the super chatter draw, okay? I always read out the name of the person who's won there, my love. Mark Jones. There you go. £5. Thank you, Mark. Have you won the lottery as well? There's a lot of lottery winners on here. When are we going to get someone like Elton John to send, a £10,000 super chat? Eh? I could pay someone to put a roof on my caravan then. That's quite expensive to have a proper roof put on your caravan, There you go. All right, 5 tickets to you there, Mark. Thanks very much for the tip there. There you go. All right. Thank you, Mark. Right, let's read some of these little messages out there. Oh, wait, is it pills time? Thank you, Mark. You're bang on time. Look, and 10 o'clock. Bang, 10 o'clock. It's pills time, gang. Pills time on the Christmas. You should all do your pills at the same time as me. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And none of us would ever forget. Would we? Thank you, Mark Bowles. Helping to keep me alive. Let's just... where are we now? Karen Carpenter had anorexia. She died far too young. Yes, indeed, she did, didn't she? What a wonderful voice. Her and Richard, wasn't it? I like... And solitaire's the only game in town. Maureen, who's with us this morning in London. Morning, Maureen. She does Carpenters. I think she does Top of the World, if I remember rightly. Maureen, is it? I'm on the top, and for that one, the tambourine comes out. I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find, it's the love that I had ever since you've been around. Your love put me at the top of the world. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Mark, what have you? Oh, he's done another £2 there. Thank you, Mark. Well, I'll have to give you another couple of tickets then, darling. All right. Another couple of tickets for young Mark there. One moment, please. Where are we? 225 and 226. Oh, he wants that backdrop. He wants the backdrop. Peter Wright says, I could do with a £15,000 super chat. Oh, set up your own YouTube channel, Peter. I'm sure you'll have millions of viewers watching that. Probably more popular than this, my darling. And we've got 33 million people watching at the moment, Peter, as you know. Oh, do you know what I did then, Peter? I started writing your name down on the raffle ticket then. Mark Jones wouldn't have been very pleased about that, would you? Eh? There you go, Mark. Mark Jones. There you go. 226 and 225. There you go, Mark. Okay. Oh, we got 27 likes. So let's show you John Parrish's lovely pictures that he sent this morning. There you go. Oh, where are they? Oh, just a minute. That's gone wrong, isn't it? One moment, please. Why are they not coming up? I'm on the top. And now a musical interlude while I just fix something. I'm on the top of the world. Oh, no, we've done that one. And solitaire's the only game in town. And every road that takes him down. Da 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 da. I can't remember the rest of it now. Actually, he's playing solitaire. Right, we're ready for that now. Studio mode and that one back. Okay, here's John Parish's pictures that he sent. Oh, what's that you're on top of there? Is that a hippopotamus? I like hippopotamuses. Do you like hippopotamuses? Eh? Oh, hang on. You've sent 2 emails. There we are. Here we go. This is... All right, okay, for dinner first. Lunch on the Norway to Germany ferry. Look at that. Oh, that's changed now. Here we go. It's an elephant. Elephant orphanage in Sri Lanka. Lovely animal, beautiful country and people. Look at that. You're getting wet there, John. Can I recommend, John, in future you wear shorts and not jeans if you're going to go in the water? What's all that about, dear? And that is lunch on the Norway to Germany ferry. And that lovely. Look how posh that is. He's a crafty old git, that John Parish. He keeps moaning that he's got no money, doesn't he? Look, and then look where he goes to lunch. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not a McDonald's, is it? That's posh. That's not one of those cheap ones, dear. Another one says he's got no money, is actually loaded, probably. Thanks very much for those, John. You want to send anything through, boys and girls? Pictures of anything at all, then send them through and we'll put them up there in exchange for some likes. And thank you for all your likes this morning. 27 is a nice lot of likes. Thank you very much for those. Just a second. Where are we now? Peter, right, there we are. Bum, 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 bum. Mark Jones misses the singing. I know you do, John. Mark can't. He's got that stuck in his head now. Top of the world. I'm on the top. Listen to it. Listen to the proper version. It's lovely, the Carpenters. In fact, if you tell your Amazon device to just play Carpenters, you get some lovely songs coming out of it. Really, really nice songs. We like the Carpenters. We like the Carpenters. I did have the story about the... Is that the RAF boys? It sounds like they're doing their practicing this morning. That don't sound like the noise I get normally. That don't sound like a jet, does it? That might be a normal plane going over, which we don't really get that here. Yeah, there is a lot of the Dennis Nielsen, the Des programme on ITV and the various papers. I did have a story in the Daily Mirror to read to you, but I think we've covered that really completely. So we'll just skip over that one as we've done it already. Unusual places to propose, perhaps, to your future husband, wife, whatever. I'm hoping to be proposed to at some point. You know, where would I like to be proposed to? Well, probably the same places in this story here in the Daily Mirror today. When it comes to romance, some people love grand gestures, while others prefer to keep things sweet and subtle. Now, listen, lads. Are you with one of those ladies that wants a really expensive diamond ring? What's all that about, girls? Come on, for Christ's sake. Love is just love. You don't need expensive things to prove that someone loves you. I mean, you really don't. You see some of these celebs on the telly, honestly. £20,000 engagement rings that do exactly what? What do? They do nothing. You can't plug them in and they show a TV programme or a film or something like that. You can't flick a light and switch and lights come out of it. Well, how boring is that to buy a diamond ring? You don't need these things, girls. All you need is a man's heart. I'd do anything for a man's heart, really. It's just nothing for me in this life at all. It says there are a number of people out there whose idea of the perfect proposal involves their partner getting down on one knee in front of a Disney castle. Oh, yes. That's what I want. I want someone to ask me to marry them in front of a Disney castle. I'm not that bothered where it is. Preferably Florida. The Euro Disney one, it's in France, for God's sake. Oh, dreadful. And it says it be it in Disney World or Disneyland either. And in the mirror it says this does happen regularly, so regularly in fact that some people are getting bored of seeing it. Oh, really? Probably jealous people. As a result, a photo of a man proposing to his girlfriend at Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland, California, has been ridiculed on social media for being unoriginal and cheesy. Oh, please. Jealous people. Because it hasn't happened to them, probably. That's why. I don't get jealous of people like that. I just get quite upset that it's not happened to me. And probably never will. Oh, Denise, may I have your arm around me to cuddle me in my hour of upsetness? Oh, I can just see it now. Mark Bowles and me and his little boy. And we're there. One's got one hand. The little boy, he's got his hand and I've got the other hand as we're walking along like a family. Like a family. Through Disney. And there on that path up to the castle, Mark drops the boy's hand and gets down on one knee. Oh, how wonderful. And then about, I don't know how long the engagement would be, 2 days later perhaps, when I'm standing at the castle and his little boy can be the page boy, he can be holding my dress, can't he? And then we get married. You could have, your best man doesn't necessarily have to be a man actually, Mark. It could be Tina. Tina could be your best, would you call that a best man or a best person? Oh, you know what they're like. Oh, that's really sexist to have a best... Oh, we're waiting for that one, aren't we? We'll get that at wedding soon. Oh, you can't call it a best man anymore. That's really sexist. Have a look on Facebook for a little left-wing group. There'd be one for that soon, I'm sure. What could we call that one? Now let's think. Sexist use of the word best man removes women from being best person. Something like that, you know. Or like the whole LGBT thing. You could just reduce it to letters, couldn't you? BM BW. None of these people, that's why they've got so much time on their hands to make up this crap. Anyway, back to this. This picture's been ridiculed. This is because of a particular detail viewers spotted in the background of the image. Well, what's that then? I can't see anything. See if you can see it. I can't see it. Before I tell you, what's so bad about this? I can't see a detail here. Hang on a minute, let me show you the picture. Oh, there's Diana again. She keeps popping up under my screen, dear. There we are. Is there anything wrong with that picture? What can we see wrong with that? Anything? I can't see anything wrong with that. Well, carry on. People soon realised that behind the couple's proposal, another man was getting down on one knee to pop the question to his partner as well. Is he? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is, in the corner. Wow. I mean, how sad... Yeah, can you see right in the corner there? I mean, how sad can you be to look at something like that and spot that? Sad, lonely people. I tell you what, the bloke doing the proposal looks quite good, doesn't he? Not so sure about her. People soon realised that behind the couple's proposal, another man was getting down on one knee to pop the question to his partner as well. A double proposal, is this the ultimate photo bomb? It's not clear when the picture was taken, but it was recently shared to Facebook. One person wrote, when you get the prime spot so the guy at the back has to propose by a bench. I mean, this is what he's proposing in front of. And you can see why people would want to be proposed to in front of that, wouldn't you? Come on. Look, it's just beautiful, isn't it, eh? The Sleeping Beauty Castle. Oh. Don't suppose it'll ever happen, but never mind. Denise, thank you so much. Denise has offered to do the flowers and invitations for you, Chris and Mark, as a gift for your wedding. You see how kind people are on this channel? offering to do the flowers and everything. Jason Hughes is going to have the reception for us at Greg's. Thank you, Jason. You're too kind. Mark Bowles, sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Oh. Well, yeah, it is, I suppose. It is a dream. You won't be able to wear your grey tracksuit, my love. Not for our wedding day. You buy yourself a suit. He'd turn up in his grey tracksuit, wouldn't he? And the white hat that he won or bought. I can't remember what now. Have you asked your little boy yet if he wants? Oh, he'd be at school, wouldn't he? If he wants to be page boy, that's okay with me. Denise is would put her arms around me. Thank you, Denise, darling. A proposal in Greg's sounds very fitting, don't you think, Mick? No, Jason, it doesn't, dear. Mick, it's a great idea for our next anniversary, Denise. Fairy liquid or Aldi washing up liquid. What's that for? As a present. John Parrish proposed in the jumbo jet toilet. Oh, how tacky. Oh, not in a toilet on a plane. What is that with people? Oh, I've joined the 1 Mile High Club. And? What's all that about? Why do people want to do that? Awful. Awful. Dun Elm. You ever been in one of those? Dun Elm. They're all right, aren't they? Dun Elms. I'm not over mad about them. But another story in the Daily Mirror this morning. A shopper was left baffled after he purchased a chopping board from Dun Elm with very strict yet odd instructions. The man scoured budget home store Dun Elm in search of a new kitchen accessory and came across a wooden chopping board that would do the job. Chop, chop, chop. Perhaps he's going to do a Dennis Nielsen. He could be going around bars at this moment, picking up people to murder and chop up and put into little carrier bags. When he noticed a sticker on the back of it that advertised against users using it as a chopping board. You couldn't make some of this stuff up, could you really? Huh? So he's bought a chopping board. Let me regurgitate this to you. He's bought a chopping board, right? Which clearly says at the top, wood chopping board, okay? If I move that down a bit, look what it says at the bottom. Wipe clean. Wipe up spills immediately. Do not use as a chopping board. Made in China. It's probably covered in virus from the Chinese disease known as coronavirus. Yes, it is. Where did it come from? Where does it come from? China. Yeah, China. Therefore, it's a Chinese virus. The warning states, wood chopping board, wipe clean only, wipe up spills. You've spelt this wrong in the Daily Mirror again. Skills, it says. Wipe clean only, wipe up spills immediately to avoid staining, do not soak, do not use as a chopping board. He took to Twitter, of course. You know, rather than taking it back, he's straight on the Twitter. Oh, how many likes can I get for this? Tap, 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 tap. And he received plenty of attention from fellow customers who were all trying to work out what the purpose of the board actually is. Well, I know what the purpose of the board of that actually is. It's for lovely people like Mandy Davenport to keep their husbands in check by whacking them across the head now and again with it. Very useful. Especially when they won't do the washing up. I've got a headache now. I'm going to have to lie down. I'm sorry I can't do the washing up. Oh, yeah, that old one, eh? Shocking. I've only got a couple of more stories. Good news. Good news, boys and girls. About fresh vegetables. Do you have fresh vegetables? We're always told that fresh vegetables are best for us, aren't we? Well, in the Daily Mail this morning, frozen and even tinned fruit and veg is often healthier, cheaper and tastier than fresh versions, according to consumer watchdog Which. Now, I must say there are certain things that don't really work frozen. For example, blueberries, raspberries. One of the things I have every morning is this overnight oats, which is like a jar with some oats, fat-free yogurt, and usually blueberries in there. There'd be fresh blueberries. Funny enough, I bought a couple of boxes last night from the co-op just down the road there. Fresh blueberries. And a chopped up apple. That's what I have every morning, okay? I did once buy frozen blueberries, and, well, for a start, you've got to thaw them out before you put them in. And then no, doesn't work. Doesn't really work. But frozen veg, wonderful. That's basically what I have all the time, frozen veg. You know, and it's dirt cheap. Get a whole packet of frozen veg from the Aldi, Lidl, somewhere like that, about 89 pence. Mixed veg. Wonderful. No chopping. Cut the bag, pour it in a thing, in the microwave, about 6-7 minutes. I usually overdo it a bit too much. Same with broccoli. Cauliflower, that all freezes really well. Well, fresh produce, it says, may have come from the farm rather than the factory, but the chances that are no better for you than the alternatives in cans, tins, packets or frozen aisles, the group concluded. And there's a good chance that they may even be as fresh or as full of nutrients, minerals, vitamins and other health benefits as their frozen and tinned counterparts. Which explains, once harvested, it can be weeks. Now, I didn't know this. It can be weeks before fresh fruit and vegetables reaches our supermarket shelves and shopping baskets, and during this time, the level of nutrients can deteriorate. Frozen veg are steam blanched immediately after harvesting to kill off any enzymes responsible for deterioration. And of course, I suppose bugs and things like that. There we are. It also keeps the colours bright and gets rid of any bugs and germs. Then they're flash frozen to ensure the vegetables are being preserved at their peak taste and nutritional value. Because this happens within a couple of hours of picking, frozen peas, for example, are likely to be more nutritious than the fresh ones, unless you're lucky enough to pick them straight out of your garden, which I grew peas once, very, very limited success. All I can say to you is that it appears to me that you have to have an awful lot of pea plants to get one portion of peas. Either that or it was just in the wrong position in my garden. I mean, I think I've got barely any pods. Runner beans, different story altogether. My God, do they give. Runner beans. You ever try and grow runner beans? You don't need many plants. These things are... I had to give them away in the end. Runner beans. They're delicious. Beautiful from my garden. Peas, no. Not successful at peas. And I found it quite difficult to get them to climb up these little sticks. Because it was quite weak. The plants were quite weak, you know. So frozen is the way to go there. It says even tinned produce can be healthier. And I've got a couple of tins of fruit here, actually. The process of sealing and heating to kill bacteria can destroy some nutrients, but it also improves others. Tomatoes, for example, and we all eat those tinned tomatoes, don't we? I have a lot of tomatoes. Lovely. Tomatoes and chilli, two of my favourite items to cook with. Tomatoes, for instance, contain lipocene, which is an antioxidant that can improve heart health, but works best after it's been heated because the process helps the body absorb it better. So, of course, when they chop up these tomatoes, wherever they are, here, Italy, wherever, Italy's big for tomatoes, isn't it? Yeah, they chop them all up and cook them straight away, and there they are in a tin, waiting for you to heat them up. Tin tomato. Well, I don't have tin tomatoes on their own. I'll have them like in a campfire stew or pasta. Oh, pasta. I got that today. Same as I have yesterday, because the mushrooms are a couple of days out of date now. I don't want them to go off, so I'll have those today after my extended walk this morning. And it goes on. So that's interesting, isn't it? It means frozen or canned versions work just as well when thrown into a meal as an ingredient. Frozen vegetable mixes are also easier to prepare and use. Oh my God, they are. Although sometimes, you know when you get that bag of vegetables, if it's been in the freezer a while and it's misshapen, isn't it? And the vegetables are not loose. My recommendation for that is simply hold the bag above your floor, as long as it's a hard floor, and drop it. that loosens up all the vegetables. That's what I do. I literally drop it at a height onto the floor. Might have to do that a couple of times. Then when you open it, all the little vegetables have separated out again. It says, however, it's important to choose tins and cans where the produce is not stored in syrup and has no added salt or sugar, because there is a lot of that. I think a lot of the fruit in particular is stored in syrup, isn't it? So very good. They reckon it's just as good, if not better for you to have that. All right. Wonderful. Scrolling up. Blueberries taste a lot better from frozen. Oh, Dan, you like them frozen, do you? Gosh. Mick's got bored. Oh, sorry, Mick. Go and have a cup of tea then, darling. There you go. Go and make yourself a cup of tea. Keep yourself busy there, Mick. All right, love? Sorry. I'm helping you out there, darling. Have a little cup of tea as you're so blooming bored. There you go. Have a cup of tea, Mick. All right, Mandy. Lovely to have you still with us there, my love. She's not bored. Good. I'm so glad you're not. Anyone else bored? Do let us know. I'll send you out for a cup of tea if you're bored, darling. All right. Is that how you broke your caravan forklift? Very good, Andy. Very good. Talking of caravan floors, there's an old boy who's got to be... He's got to be early 70s, maybe mid-70s anyway. And he's got a caravan, just as you come out of me, and you go around a corner and then turn left, he's on the corner there. And he is constantly maintaining his caravan. It's beautiful, his caravan. His garden is perfect. He paints the stones. The stones, you'll know, you would have passed, you'll know the one, Jeff. He paints the stones outside his caravan white. Beautiful, and he's a lovely man, lives there with his wife. They're there most of the time. He's constantly doing something to his caravan, and he's such a perfectionist, right, that he actually he's got these plastic chains going around his caravan, which are like white and red. Like one piece of chain is kind of a bit white, then a bit red, then a bit white. And about a year ago, I was going past, and he had these chains on the floor. I said, "Hello, mate. What are you doing?" Oh, he said, "Oh, the paint has slightly faded. I'm redoing the chains." And he literally had newspaper. He's that much of a perfectionist. I mean, what a top man. And how clever to be able to do more stuff, which I'm about to tell you. So he's got these chains laid out on the road under newspaper. He does it all right, does it all perfectly. And he's got tins of spray paint, respraying them, white and red. Amazing. It's just, the caravan, it's just so perfect, his caravan. Everything about it. He's got little lights up that he's put up. Fantastic. Well, I didn't know that how good he was, because after my nephew left yesterday, I had to go to the barrier with him because he hasn't got the key to open the gate. And I'm walking back, and I walked past this other caravan which was being done up, and this old boy, I don't know what his name is. This caravan is not far away from his caravan. So it's kind of round the corner and two down on the other side. He's out there sawing away at this bit of wood. I said, "Hello, mate, how are you?" He said, "Oh, we're busy in here today." And there's a lady in there. And I didn't recognise the lady, foolishly. And I thought, oh, well, that must be her caravan he's working on. I said, "What are you doing?" "Oh, we're just refitting this caravan. Do you want to go and have a look?" And this lady said, "Do you want to go and have a look?" I said, yeah, I'll have a look with it. And I went into this caravan, which is an old one. It's got to be about the same age as mine. Maybe actually a little bit older. I'm not quite sure. It's a green caravan. It's green. Lovely colour, green. But it's old. 25 years old. Well, I went up these steps. My God, it's like a palace in there. What he has done in there, she said, we ripped the whole lot out. Everything. Literally, they took it back to a rectangle, an empty rectangular metal box. And they've turned it from a 2-bedroomed caravan into a 1-bedroomed caravan. And he's put up these wonderful lights. He ripped up all the floor and he put down complete new wooden floor. When I say ripped up the floor, I don't mean just the carpet. He ripped up the floor and put new wood down to replace the whole of the flooring. And where the joins are, well, it's not like, you know, I'm probably, if you're a DIY person and good at this thing, someone like Mixed Mowers, for example, you know, as you look at the floor and you walk across the joins, you know, it's not like one's a bit higher than the other. It's just perfect. The wallpaper, he's fitted the kitchen along the side. The bathroom is to die for. It's enormous, this bathroom in this caravan. The same size as mine. Mine's a bit small. It's all right for one person. I was amazed, absolutely amazed at what he's done, and it's him. And of course, I said it turns out that she's his wife. I didn't put two and two together. Who've got the caravan on the corner? You see, as his caravan, it's him and his wife. They've bought this caravan to do up as a project, and they're going to give it to, I think, their granddaughter or grandson, something like that. And, you know, they've been doing it since, I think they said June, really. So there's a bit more work to be done. It's all been rewired. There wasn't enough sockets, so he's put double sockets everywhere. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic what he done. Anyway, I would say they're about a half of the way through what they were doing. But it just goes to show you what is possible. I mean, if you can do stuff like that. I can't, and I don't want to be honest. I mean, I painted a bit of wood outside yesterday. I've got to redo it again today. And I absolutely hated it. It was only a small piece of wood, about that long, about 3 or 4 foot long, that's all, and about 4 inches wide, if that. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But if you can do stuff like that, my God, it's just fantastic. It really is. Really is. Yeah, I wouldn't. No, I mean, I wouldn't ask to take pictures of someone else's stuff like that. It's only a bit, you know, it's not right to do something like that. But wow, I can't tell you. Very, very modern inside what they've done, and they designed it all themselves. Gosh, wish I could do stuff. I wish I was interested in doing stuff like that. Andy says I could live in a caravan. Yeah, me too, Andy. Me too. It's lovely. And it's very easy to clean this because it's not very big, and you haven't got all these blooming ornaments and bits and pieces that you've gathered at your house. You know, there's only a certain amount of stuff you can get into a caravan. You couldn't really put anything else in here now. It's full up, you know, with just stuff. Michael says he's not bored listening to with the volume on low while Home and Away is on. Pardon? He's not even watching it. Denise, cornflakes and raspberries. Yummy, that's my breakfast today. Cornflakes. When's the last time I had those? Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Pigeon Boy. Have you changed your name there? Pigeon Boy. Right, one more story and then we'll do today's raffle tickets, gang. In the Daily Mirror, I'm very pleased to see that our American friends are starting to see the light. If you've been to America, or it has to be said, most European countries, they cannot do tea. As in tea. They can't do it. If you're over in Italy, they'll bring you a cup of warm water and a tea bag on the side. Not a blooming clue. Horrendous. It tastes of scum, and it's not much different in America, I'm afraid, unless you go to a Starbucks. They seem to be able to do tea wherever you are in the world. American tea, again, similar sort of thing a lot of the time. Hot water brought to you with the tea bag on a blooming saucer. I've had that here in Leeds. In a restaurant. What's that? You asked for tea. I said, that's not how you make tea. You put the tea bag in the cup and you put boiling water on it. Take it away. Not a clue. In Leeds. In the Daily Mirror this morning, sales of Yorkshire tea in America. I've got Yorkshire tea. John Aitken likes Yorkshire tea. Sales of Yorkshire tea in America have soared as the country turns to a proper brew to help them cope with the US election. It's in a mirror. The British brand has trumped all others with a 926% sales increase alongside a surge in the UK in the sale of UK biscuits. Because again, our biscuits are very, very different to the biscuits in America. The general tea in all parts of the world, apart from the UK, Australia, don't know about New Zealand, the Caribbean, you can get other tea there. But generally, Lipton's appears to be the thing across most of the world. And let me tell you, Lipton's tea is vile. Don't taste of anything. It's horrible stuff. Oh, Christ, what's happened there? Oh, sorry. Lipton's tea is absolutely vile. It just doesn't get strong. Horrible stuff. Yorkshire tea is what you want. The Americans are starting to buy this now. It says the top British biscuit has been McVitie's milk chocolate digestives with a 332% increase over the past few months. So they're getting right there. This is good news for the Americans. Fantastic news. And we are pleased that you are enjoying our tea, my loves. Get rid of that nasty Lipton stuff. Nasty. Online supermarket British Corner Shop is reporting the record sales since spring as Americans stock up and tea and biscuits to see them through their current presidential election campaign. What's your favourite biscuits, incidentally, gang? What do you like? Do you like the milk chocolate digestive? Ginger snaps? Custard creams? What do you like? And so it goes on. Yorkshire tea gained fame in the US when it was featured on TV spy thriller Homeland. I don't know that particular programme. And of course, you see something on the telly and everyone starts buying the blooming stuff, don't they? Eh? How funny is that? Hello to Russ this morning. Good morning, Russ. Hello to you. Hope you're well. Watching on the TV in the living room today. Have safe and stay safe and have a nice day. And that's from the lovely Russ. Good morning, Russ. He does his own. You do a sports show, don't you? I think you do a sports show or something like that. I think it was another text I saw there. Just a second, darlings. It's a bit slow, this text phone. Daniel Holmes like malted milk biscuits. Oh, okay. Don't think I've had some of those. Michael says that Lipton tea tastes like cat wee. No, you're absolutely right, Michael. It does. You get a decent cup of tea in Australia. Australia can do tea. Of course they can. Maureen says, did you check out Land Girls on the iPlayer yet? You will love it. No, not yet. I've got quite a lot of stuff to watch on the telly at the moment, Maureen. A lot. Gary Butler says, Uncle Chris likes all biscuits. Yeah, you could be right there. I'm his uncle. Why are you always talking about biscuits, says Denise? Well, I don't know why. Because we like them. Denise, I don't drink tea, but my daughter makes me buy Yorkshire tea. It's expensive, but I guess same as Fairy Liquid. You get what you pay for. Oh, yeah, I got Yorkshire tea here. I've got PG Tips loose leaf and Yorkshire tea in tea bags. You know, if I just want one cup, I'll grab out the thing there. All right. Biscuits, Pigeon Boy, biscuits. Stop calling me Uncle Gary. Makes me feel really old, that. Oh dear. All right. Oh, hang on. Angie V. Anything with chocolate on? They got those chocolate hobnobs as well, haven't they? Even chocolate in America. They got Hershey's. Oh, it's vile stuff. Vile. It's bitter. How can you like bitter chocolate? Oh no, I've heard Hershey's. They got a Hershey's shop actually. They got one in Vegas. Me and my nephew went in there when we went over there a couple of years ago. Can't believe how long ago that was. Oh, I saw him last night. My nephew at last, Jimmy. He popped his head round the door. His girlfriend, she always comes in for a little chat. His girlfriend, Charlotte, lovely girl. Gary, stop that. Sorry, Uncle Chris. Look, dear me. Right, shall we do today's raffle tickets, gang? Our next raffle is on... Where's the fridge magnet? There we are. Our next raffle is next Monday, gang. And there's the prize, one of those. There's the prize, okay. Someone will win one of those on Monday. You'll probably... Well, let me see how many we got here. Oh, we might have run out of Scrap It Man stickers by then. I'm desperately trying to get rid of them. I know you don't want them. All right, let's just sort your raffle tickets out for next Monday's raffle. And then we've got our birthdays and our bingo game to do as well today on the show. Then I shall be going out for a long walk. I'm hoping not to be able to find any rubbish along by the river today. I actually stopped on the way home last night. On my way to the swimming pool, I identified 3 items of rubbish between here, just 3, absolutely, between my caravan and Tattersall Bridge. And they were still there on the way back, and I stopped the car and I picked them up. I will not have this area destroyed by peasants dropping their bleaking crap all over the place. Daniel Holmes said Hershey's chocolate tastes like sick. It's really vile. It's absolutely vile. Right, come on in. Jason Hughes, 135. Maureen, 134. Mick Davenport, 136. Jason Hughes, 137. Oh, I've done that one, haven't I? Sorry, hang on, I've done that. Have I gone out of sequence there? How did I do that? So we've done, there's Maureen, Jason Hughes, Mick Davenport, lovely. Diane Jebb, 137. Remember to write your tickets down, gang. You need to know your tickets. There's our Jeff, 138. Please write your tickets down, okay? Because when we do the raffle, we only read the numbers and it's up to you to claim on Mondays. All right. Daniel Holmes, 139. Denise Andrews, 140. Michael Palman, 141. I hope you don't fall asleep during the bingo, Michael. Peter Wright, 142. Here comes the Jets. You'll hear them in a minute as they fly over. Peter Wright. Mark Bowles, 143. Uncle Chris the Womble. I'm the same shape at the moment. I'm hoping to have lost a bit of weight yesterday after my 40 legs in that Lido. Mark Bowles. Ross Herndine, 144. Thank you, Ross. Love you, Uncle Chris. Mark Jones, 145. Will you stop that? Christ. Love you, Uncle Chris. No, stop that. Oh, God. Ought to play that my little mini show tomorrow on the BBC. Radio Lincolnshire. I think tomorrow night around about 7:30. I think they're doing it. I think it's 7:30. Let me just check that. Where is him? Where's William's email? There it is. Oh, bum bum bum. Blah. 7:30 on Wednesday. What day is it today? Tuesday. 7:30 to approximately 7:30 tomorrow night. BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Just a little thing they asked us to put together. I don't think it's particularly good, but they were happy with it, so they'll play it out, okay, tomorrow night. Where were we? We've done Mark Jones. Are you going to Tattersall next week? Oh, yeah, it's not far from me. What are you doing there then, Mark? Is that a work thing or something? What are you doing in Tattersall? What are you doing there? It's only down the road. I've got a house there that I rent out. Tattersall, yeah. Gary Ross, 2 tickets, Gary. 146 for Gary Ross. Is that everyone? If I've missed anyone out, please speak now. Meanwhile, I'll do today's birthdays. We've got a lot of birthdays today. David in Hemel. You would have seen him. This man is actually quite talented. If you've ever seen his Facebook stuff, he can sing and plays instruments and things like that. So happy birthday to David in Hemel today. Happy birthday to you, sir. All right. Fiona Andrews today is 75 years old. Happy birthday, Fiona. Jason Curry today, 26 years old. David Vaughan, 63 today. We've got Blerton Kerry, I think it is, a young 31 years old. Dennis Granger today, 44. So young, Dennis. Little Dennis, happy birthday, darling. Are you the Dennis that moved to Cornwall and come back again because you got so bored? I think it's you, isn't it? I think it's you anyway. Happy birthday, Dennis. Paul Raffler, morning, Paul, happy birthday. Alvin Chandra, happy birthday, Alvin, rather. Stacey Mile is 36 years old today. John Griffin today, 32. Giuseppe, Josh spells so good looking, Giuseppe. Happy birthday to you, I think in Italy, if I remember rightly. And today is Richard Matthews' birthday. As always, gang, happy birthday to each and every one of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Wow, that works all right. I've just worked out that I've got time to go and have a wee while that's on. Which I didn't work before. How funny is that? Let's have a look there. Anyone else? Have we done everyone's thing now? I think we've done everyone's, haven't we? Yeah, everyone's tickets. We've got Gary Ross there. Excellent. Gary Ross's tickets done as well. Michael Pullman is still awake. Hasn't been placed under a spell yet. Look into my eyes, Michael. My eyes. Not look around the walls. Look into my eyes. All right. Okie doke, gang. Hello to Dylan Hutchinson. Oh, Dylan, you're just in time for a raffle ticket. If you want one, please say ticket, please, and I'll give you one. And if you say ticket, please, I'll give you number 147, all right? There you go, Dylan, just before I put them away there. That'll get you sorted. All right. Okie doke, gang. It's time for our daily game of bingo. Are you ready for our little daily game of bingo? Same as always. We only play for a full house. Just check your name there. It's 10... just coming up to 10:46 in the morning, so make sure that time is there where you are at the moment. As always, there you go, Dylan. 147 for you, Dylan. 147. We only play for a full house. You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket. Okay? When I see someone's won, I will stop the game, and you will then have 1.5 minutes to claim your bingo win. The prize today is just simply another raffle ticket. So it gives you another chance to win our fridge magnet on Monday. So instead of having one chance today, you get another chance. Paul and Lou, thank you. 148 for Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou, 148. Losers in life, Paul and Lou. Never mind, darling. All right. Okie doke. Now, where are we now? Paul and Lou. All right. Okie doke, gang. So 1.5 minutes to claim your prize. If for whatever reason you don't get your claiming in time and we carry on with the game, then I'm afraid you've missed it and we move on to the next number. Okay, there's your bingo board. Are you ready to play, my darlings? I wonder if this is the favourite part of the day for some people, I suppose. I don't know. Here we go. 8 and 3, 83. 20, blind 20. 3 and 2, 32. 7 and 4, 74. Who's going to win today? 4 and 8, 48. 4 and 5, 45. Oh, it's warm in here now. Order 5's 55. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. 1 and 7, sweet 17. Oh, it's not, that's sweet 16, isn't it? 5-0, blind 50. 8 and 2, 82. 4 and 3, 43. 6 and 9, 69. I wonder where Peter is today. Peter Palawoda. Not here today, is he? 6 and 9, 69. All the 7s, 77. 5 and 3, 53. 6-0, blind 60. 4 and 1, 41. 1 and 9, 19. No, 19. No, 19, Mark. 8 and 4, 84. 8 and 9, 89. Here you are, Gary. Look what Uncle Chris has done for you now. Look, look. Perhaps someone would like to sponsor this part of my jacket. £10 and I'll wear one of your stickers for the whole thing, for the whole show. How's that sound? 3 and 9, 39. 4 and 6, 46. 5 and 1, 51. 5 and 2, 52. 7 and 5, 75. 2 and 8, 28. 1 untalented Gemma Collins, number 8. 1 and 4, 14. 3 and 4, 34. 6 and 3, 63. 4 and 2, 42. All the ones, legs 11. 3 and 7, 37. 8 and 5, 85. 2 and 5, 25. All the sixes, click those fingers, clickety click. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo woo. 1 and 8, 18. 1 and 6, sweet 16. Tra la 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 la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. All on its own, number 4. 6 and 7, 67. 5 and 8, 58. 8 and 6, 86. All the threes, 33. 5 and 7, 57. 7-0, blind 70. 2 and 3, 23. 3 and 6, 36. All on its own, one little duck, Denise, number 2, quack. All on its own, Kelly's eye, aye, number 1. 1 and 5, 15. 5 and 6, 56. 3-0, blind 30. All on its own, number 3. 2 and 4, 24. 2 and 7, 27. 3 and 1, 31. 6 and 5, 65. 4 and 9, 49. All the fours, 44. 3 and 8, 38. 2 and 6, 26. Boris's Den, number 10. 6 and 2, 62. All on its own, number 5. 7 and 8, 78. All on its own, number 6. 8 and 1, 81. 6 and 4, 64. 8 and 7, 87. All on its own, number 7. 2 little ducks, 22, Denise, quack quack. And, top of the shop, blind 90. We have a winner on number 90. Let's bring up the clock there. And you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. Let's have a look. If I just ruined the jacket, Gary will like this, won't he? Yeah, Gary. He'll be playing. Da, da, da. I don't think this person's going to be here, actually, by the looks of things. Really? Not sure if they're going to be here. I could do the raffle tickets while I'm waiting here, couldn't I? Oh, let's leave one out for the thing. Paul and Lou, I do hope you'll win soon, Paul and Lou, and I mean that. I absolutely mean that. You've just never won, have you? Terrible, really. Da, 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 da. Don't go too far. Wasting my stickers. Well, didn't you want me to... I'm advertising, you idiot. Look. Oh, please yourself then. I'll put it back on here. There you go. Back on there now. I won't bother then. Oh. You see, you try and do people favours. And that's it. And they don't want to know, do they? What's all that about, eh? Shocking. Little Mark Jones. Are you alright, Mark? I don't think Mark plays the bingo, does he? Does Mark play the bingo? What am I doing? No, that's not going to be here. It's the worst bingo card he's ever had. Is it really? Sorry about that. Never mind. This person isn't going to be here. Stand by. Let's pick up the slack and carry on. Where's those other tickets? There they are. Someone's looking for 149 here. 149 is waiting for someone. Ready? Here we go. Next number. 7 and 9, 79. 2 and 9, 29. 7 and 6, 76. 6 and 8, 68. 1 and 3, unlucky for some, 13. 2 fat, morbidly obese Gemma Collinses with no talent whatsoever, number 88. 1 and 2, 12. Gosh, there's a big gap here, isn't there? All on its own, number 9. Gosh, look at this. Oh, bingo. Oh, dear. Ah, dear. Mortal sin, that one. Number 9. 7 and 1, 71 is our next winner. So 71. You now have another winner, boys and girls. Let's bring up the bingo clock. Boop. There it is. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. There you go. Claim your prize. Not you, Paul and Lou. I wonder if this person will realise that they've won. Up to you to claim. Chop chop now, darling. Chop chop. Excellent work, Paul and Lou. And Jason Hughes is claiming the prize. Congratulations, Jason. There we are. You see, claims within 25 seconds. There's nothing wrong with this system, is there? It's just that people aren't quick enough. Do we have any other claims there? Yes, we do. There's another one there. Another one there. Anyone? Anyone else? No? Okay. Where's Jason gone? Here we go. The numbers are 8, 9, 12, 16, 29, 30, 38, 43, 50, 58, 63, last number 71, 78, 85 and 89. Congratulations. You get another raffle ticket, you lucky person. One moment, please. Where is it? 149. What's going on with that there? 149. Who was that again? I forgot who it was now. Jason Hughes. Jason Hughes. 149. Oh, pen's died. There we go. Jason Hughes. Ticket number 149 for Mr. Jason Hughes. There you go. There you go. All right. There we are. There we are. That's all for... thank you very much for playing the game and for sticking around for this extremely long show, which seems to become rather long. Really, we need to knock that back a bit. It's taking up too much time, darling. Far too much time, dear. You must have something that has to do with your lives rather than watch this crap, dear, for Christ's sake. Time to go. I've decided I'm not going to walk along the river because I cleared that area up last night. I'm going to walk... Yes, I'll walk along the other way to the haunted house. I think that's where I go today. I shall go the other way along by the river. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Tonight, of course, it's Tuesday night tonight. So it's quiz night tonight, gang. Tuesday night, either be online here, 8 o'clock to join us with our quiz. We'll be giving away some stickers and maybe one of our My Old Socks as well for the show today. If you're in North London, you might want to go to a pub and play exactly the same quiz and join in with other people. They got special offer on the food. That's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, North London, very close to King's Cross Station. If you want to join them there tonight, there'll be it's usually about 7, 8, 9 teams playing in there, and the show comes from here and is played on the tellies and through the sound system in the pub. So once again, quiz night tonight, either here online from 8 o'clock or go down to Central Station Bar if you want to play with some other people. That's in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Special offer on the food and indeed the drinks, and that'll be at the same time, 8 o'clock tonight. Have a nice day, and if you're not here for the quiz tonight at 8, I'll see you again tomorrow morning, 8:45. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.